NBA Finals is tonight at 8 p.m. between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Pacers stole Game 1 at the last second with Tyrese Halliburton's game-winning shot. That was the fourth time this postseason he has hit a shot to tie or win the game with 5 seconds or less to go. The Cincinnati Reds won 2 games over the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday. Friday's game was suspended after the 6th inning, and the game was finished on Saturday. The Reds' Christian Encarnacion Strand hit a walk-off double in the 10th inning to win the game 4-3. In Game 2, the Reds dominated the Diamondbacks 13-1, and Cincinnati will go for the sweep today at 1:40 with Brady Singer getting the start. And the Cleveland Guardians lost to the Houston Astros 5-3 yesterday. The Guardians will look to snap a 3-game losing streak today at 1:40, and Tanner Bybee will be on the mound. The Stanley Cup Finals will return to action tomorrow night with Game 3 at 8 p.m. The Florida Panthers tied the series on Friday night with a double overtime game winner.
ONN. This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Here are your hosts, Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Welcome to On the Money. I am Dave Biddle. Scotty Vegas is on assignment, so I'm with my good friend Tito, Jeff Thidoff. We have producer Cam Taylor at the controls as usual. Tito, great to see you this morning, my friend.
What's this new concept? Like, this is like real radio. This isn't the YouTube digital stuff that I'm used to doing now. This is back to where it all started.
Yeah, so you're saying you're new age and I'm old school.
That's what
I didn't think we'd go there.
That's a good point. Hey, by the way, you taught me something this week.
Uh-oh.
And you don't know this.
Okay.
But we often had the LeBron versus Jordan debate. Not a lot, but we had some of that.
Yeah.
And you always contended that Jordan should have won the 93 MVP.
Yeah, over Barkley. Yeah.
Right. I never really argued with you on that one. I thought Barkley had a better year, but I can understand why you would say Jordan. I didn't know Jordan was not second that year in the balloting. Did you know that?
He took it very, very, very
He was
personally.
third.
And now he couldn't even take it personally because now they wait until after the finals?
Yes, or during the finals, I think they might do it.
Oh, no, we already know because we already know SGA
But do you know who was second that year?
Would it have been like Olajuwon?
Olajuwon was second.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Barkley Jordan.
Jordan coming after Olajuwon and things like the draft
right,
doesn't really. So now everybody talks about Sam Bowie. Now Olajuwon was a Hall of Famer, so
sure.
Still, I mean, no one talks about that. Like, it still would rather have Michael Jordan than Hakeem Olajuwon.
I looked it up though this week because of you. Because I was hosting with you this week, and I said, you know what, I want to look this up because I remember we've talked about it before. You always said you are absolutely hell bent on that Jordan should be the MVP that year, not Barkley.
And Jordan agrees with me, by the way.
I'm sure he does. But I did not know Jordan was third that year. But I looked it up because of you.
I had forgotten about that, but it doesn't surprise me that Hakeem. And then the 2 years that Jordan was away, I think. Did he win MVP both years? Olajuwon? They definitely won the title both years.
Yeah, I think
and I'm including the year where Jordan came back at the very
17
end.
17 games doesn't count. Yes.
Right. We're in the number 45, and they eventually switched to 23 even that year. And then they come back and are just have the best year. I think we can say the best year in NBA history because I know the Warriors had their 73-9 season, but the Cavs said no. They went Amy Winehouse on them. They went no.
That's great.
And then with the Bulls 72-10, I never thought that record would get broken, but the Warriors did. But the Bulls finished the deal. All right, so I was going to ask you, that was a good lead. I was going to ask you how the new morning show was going.
It's going well.
So Bobby's keeping you in Bobby's a very straight-laced guy. He's keeping you in line.
He is keeping me in line. It's been fun with Shark too. Shark's only got a few weeks left now, which is very depressing for me because I love Shark.
You're going to send him back out into the ocean.
He's going to go back. I keep telling him he's got to stick around. I always bring up old actors that are still acting and like, hey, this guy is still doing this, whatever. Like, why are you, Tom Cruise doing his own stunts at 70 or whatever he's going to do. I don't know how Tom, anyway, but Cruise still doing that and you're going to leave. You've got no reason to leave, Shark. It's easy money, but I'm finally resigned to the fact he's going to be gone.
That's a good point. He could be like semi-retired as Tim May is.
Yes.
Tim May's got the life, man. Like he goes to every football interview. He doesn't have to do that. He says he's semi-retired. He could be completely retired. I mean, he did it perfectly. When he retired from the Dispatch,
yes.
They even announced it on the field. He got announced at Ohio Stadium, like halftime of an Ohio State football game, which is rightfully so. He's been on the beat since '84. I mean, look at Tim May retiring. I never thought I'd see that. And then it was like the next week he was at the press conference. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm starting a podcast, man.
Hey, Ryan, one more question. Ryan, real quick. I got this question.
Hey, 3 more questions, 4 parts each. Right. So that's kind of 12 questions, Tim. I love Tim May.
Have you ever seen the Shark video, by the way, catching the home run ball?
No, at a Guardians game, I imagine.
Guardians game.
Nice.
95 ALCS, Mariners, Indians at the time.
Yeah.
Indians are down 2-1, I think, or maybe 2-0. Anyway.
What a series, by the way, with Griffey and A-Rod and Randy Johnson.
In the auxiliary press box out in right field, Rothman is sitting next to Shark.
This is a great story already.
And it's cold. And we all know Rothman. Okay. A little too cold for Rothman. At some point, Rothman gets up and says, I'm gonna go and, undercover a little bit and get warm.
Okay.
Because it's out in the open.
He's a Chicago guy. I thought he'd be a little tougher in the cold weather. Shortly
after that, Tomei hits a home run out there to right field. And it goes to where Rothman was sitting. But Shark is right there. There's a YouTube video of it. You see Shark catch it and then jump up and down. And
that's awesome. And
after the game, caught the ball in the air. Yes. Shark catches the air.
Boy, I'm sure Shark's not listening, but if you are Shark, that's fantastic.
So after the game, or during, someone from the Indians comes up and says, hey, look, Jim wants that ball. And Shark's like, okay, you can have it.
I want Jim's car.
He said, but I'm going to hand it to him personally. And they said, no, wait, we'll give you a bat. We'll give you this, whatever. And he said, no, that's fine. I'll do all that, but I want to give him the ball. I want to shake his hand and give him the ball. And so he ends up doing it. They were like kind of fighting him on that. But yeah, so Shark actually, you see it. There's a video. It's very grainy, but you can see Shark catch the ball.
That's awesome. And that's probably right around the time. No, because I remember, so it was 95.
Yeah, I think it was 95.
So my freshman year at Ohio State was when I first heard of Mark the Shark, because I'm originally from the Dayton area. So it was 94, 95 school year. And I'm like, man, this guy, the blitz is really good at the blitz at the time.
Stump the Shark, right?
I mean, I was like, this guy's really good. And I finally got to meet him years later here at the Fan. I was kind of like, ooh, I'm meeting royalty here. So he's like just a couple weeks away from retirement. That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
How far away are you?
Okay.
Long
First of all, I will die. I will not retire.
That's what I tell my wife.
I will retire from life is what I will do.
Right.
There's no way I'm ever retiring.
Right. That's what they say. Sports writers, I think the same thing is true for radio hosts. I do a little bit of both. Yeah, the Tim May plan is what I'm going to be on.
Yeah.
I'm at least going to be doing something. First of all, I'd go crazy if I did. It's nice to say I have nothing to do. After about a week, I'd be like, okay, I need something to do.
Yes.
I'm going to go over and go to Ohio State football interviews and ask way too many questions. All right, let's get into some good stuff here. Let's do a quick this or that. We'll have the biggest this or that later in the show. But with Scotty gone, are you guys we'll start with Cam. Are you getting with Scotty Vegas or are you getting with Tito? No, I'm kidding. We're not going to pick between my friends.
I give with Scotty Vegas. I will give with Scotty Vegas.
I'm joking on that, but let's look at some odds. Got a little game 2 tonight. Mm-hmm. Still no one giving the Pacers much of a chance. You think we might learn by now, but Thunder favored by 11 tonight at home. It does feel like, especially with the Pacers getting another crazy comeback when what we're seeing from Halliburton is just insane. It does feel like one of those games where like the Thunder could blow them out, because that seems like a big number. But it's already like mission accomplished for the Pacers. You want to go there and get a split. Although I'm not betting against the Pacers. I'm just not going to do it. First when I saw that, I was like, you know what? This has blowout written all over it. They already got the one in OKC. Go back to Indiana tie. But then Rick Carlisle is such a good coach. This team is they're deep. I mean, the Thunder are extremely deep as well. But what do you make of that? Minus 11 tonight.
Okay, 11's a huge number. My goodness, that's a big number. I would not touch that number either way. And I know the money line now is ridiculous, so you can't make any money on that anyway. If Halliburton's dad is betting against the Pacers to win tonight, I'm sure. There's no way you could think the Pacers will win. I don't think there's any way the Pacers win.
About that. Halliburton's dad is. I got you.
I don't think. I don't think the Pacers win tonight. But I don't like the 11. And the thing is, it's such a big number. The money line doesn't make sense, and you can't tease it down far enough to where it does. If it was 4.5, okay, I'll take OKC laying 4.5. But you've got to give up so much money in that, so much value to do that. So I'm likely staying away from it. But whatever Halliburton's over-under is on points, I would probably jump on that. Because he's gonna shoot a lot. Yeah, take the over.
And he only had 14 in the last game.
Right.
The game winner, because that's what he does. But that's a great point, because if a guy like Halliburton goes pretty far under his average, you got to think the next game he's going to bounce back, and whether it's from volume shooting,
right,
or what have you. I think that's a great call on your point. So on your part. So yeah, we'll see. And then the odds to win the series, now they've dropped obviously for Pacers, because it was plus 700 or something like that for Indiana to win the series. Then they take game 1. It's now plus 265 for the Pacers to win the title, minus 330 for the Thunder. So Thunder still a big favorite, but not as big. So we'll see what happens.
Now I jump on the Thunder there. I would jump on the Thunder minus 330.
Minus 330?
Yeah, I would take that now.
It's as much as I respect this Pacers team and how well coached they are with Rick Carlisle, OKC is just, they come at you in waves. But hey, we already have a good finals. Hopefully it continues. All right. One thing that will not continue is Michigan's Committee on Infractions hearing. That wrapped up yesterday, which means like probably in 2 or 3 years we'll find the result out. No, it's going to be more like they're saying probably around 8 weeks, maybe 12 at the latest. And I think they might expedite it for the NCAA standards to get. I think they want to get it out before the season starts, maybe even before camp starts. All right, so up next, Tito and I are going to talk about the Michigan sanctions, what's going to be coming, what do we think will happen, what do we think should happen to Michigan. That's up next on The Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Don't miss the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale. Save up to 80% on truckloads of floors and more, including tiles starting at 19 cents a square foot and a massive selection of laminate, luxury vinyl, and carpet, all drastically reduced. Cabinets and lighting fixtures, too. Save up to 80% during the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale on Pop Road in Whitehall. 24-month financing is available with approved credit. Hurry, the Outlet Super Sale ends June 22nd. Dealers welcome.
Right here, right now. Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Did you know 38% of Ohio's teenagers have spent money on gambling in video and online games? Items like mystery boxes, skins, and spin to win mimic gambling, putting children at a higher risk of experiencing a gambling disorder as an adult. So get in the know about youth gambling and start the conversation with discussion guides, parent resources, and more at changethegameohio.org. That's changethegameohio.org.
Must be the love. Yeah, must be the love right now.
There's so much to love in Ohio because the heart-shaped state is the heart of adventure with 76 free state parks, amusement parks, ballparks, and more. The heart of opportunity with great jobs and a low cost of living. Ohio is the heart of it all. Follow your heart at ohio.org.
Sponsored by Tourism Ohio and aired by this station.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle. I'm with Tito, Jeff Thidoff. We have producer Cam Taylor at the controls. Scotty Vegas is off this week. He'll be back next week. And you'll be with him as well next week.
I'll be with Scotty next week. Do I have to sit over there? Does Scotty always sit here?
I mean, he sits there when I'm here. I don't think he's... Some guys are like, they want to sit there no matter what.
Matty Ice will always sit here. Yeah, that's the one.
He's usually in the two hole with Rothman, the two chair. But then, even when he's in the one chair, he wants to stay there. Yeah. I get it. I don't know if Scotty cares at all. Yeah. I imagine he will just stay there.
All right.
I imagine that's how he's going to do. And I'm very curious what is going to happen to Michigan. Let's get into what we think will happen to Michigan. and what we think should happen. Let's start with what we think will happen for those that are just tuning in. The Committee on Infractions hearing wrapped up yesterday. I mean, that is an airtight process. No one's allowed in. You have reporters outside trying to get information. Like Pat Forty's been doing. I've never been a huge fan of him, but he's been covering this like really well and very closely. So not a lot's leaked out yet. We do know it wrapped up yesterday. I don't think it looks good for Michigan at all. Now, I don't think Tito, however you define the hammer, like I don't think they're going to get the hammer. I don't think they're going to get
the death penalty, the SMU type thing. That's not going to happen.
I don't think a lot of people think I'm wrong on this. And again, this is what I think will happen, not should. I'll tell you what should happen, I think, in a minute. But I don't think they're going to get the title stripped. 2023, the national championship. Mm-hmm. First of all, I don't think the NCAA even has the jurisdiction to do that. But if they stripped all of the wins from that year, it kind of would force the CFP's hand. The CFP would have the only ones that could have the ability to strip the title. I do think they'll get wins vacated. A lot of people disagree with. A lot of Michigan fans disagree about that vehemently. They're like, no, there's going to be no wins vacated. They're hoping just for a fine, which means nothing to them. There's plenty of money at Michigan. I think Sharon Moore, his suspension will at least double, and he's not going to be able to pick when he
Games 3 and 4.
Right. I keep using the example. It's like you and I are fathers. It'd be like if we ground our kids, let's say they're like in high school or whatever, and we ground them and they're like, okay, I know you said Friday and Saturday, but can I go to the party Friday and Saturday and be grounded like Tuesday and Wednesday instead? Like, no, you don't get to pick when you're grounded.
Right.
Like, what? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So, and Michigan has stonewalled them at every turn. Harbaugh leading the charge there. They're repeat offenders, which doesn't get I mean, they're already on probation right now before all of this. So, I think it's going to be closer to hammer than slap on the wrist, but I don't think it's going to be hammer.
Okay, so I agree. I don't believe Michigan fans should not care about vacated wins. All they should care about is vacated title and recruiting sanctions. Yeah. And that's all they should care about. Because look, we know, you and I both know, Ohio State's had vacated wins. We don't look at that anymore and say, oh, they never won those games. We know they won those games. It doesn't change. I know it might change for the players. We hear the whole tattoo thing. We've heard guys, we know that they played in games they won. They know they won those games.
But Michigan takes pride in that we've won the most games ever, even though a lot of them were pre-World War I against schools that no longer exist anymore. It sounds like I'm joking, but I'm not.
No, it's not. That's exactly right. But I'm saying, though, Ben's like, if I'm a Michigan fan, all I care about is the title and future. Like,
postseason
bans, scholarship ban, whatever it's going to be, scholarship reduction, all those things. That's what I care about more than anything.
And I think they'll go to postseason ban, but I don't think it'll be 2 years. I think it'll be 1 year.
I think it might be one also. I'm with you on that. And I don't think because the CFP is run independently of the NCAA. And the NCAA doesn't have power even when the NCAA is in charge. So they have even less power when someone else is in charge, like with the CFP. So I don't think they can say we're not going to recognize them. That doesn't mean the banners aren't going away like they did for the Fab Five. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to rolled up and put away. That's not going to happen. I think, yes, there will be they'll end up vacating wins, but I don't care. I don't think anyone's going to care about that. But I'm more interested to see what they're going to do for the future of the program. I want to see how much they get affected going forward.
All right, we told you what we think will happen, what should happen, and also what are the betting odds for Ohio State for the upcoming college football season? That's up next on The Money.
This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Did you know 38% of Ohio's teenagers have spent money on gambling in video and online games? Items like mystery boxes, skins, and spin to win mimic gambling, putting children at a higher risk of experiencing a gambling disorder as an adult. So get in the know about youth gambling and start the conversation with discussion guides, parent resources, and more at changethegameohio.org. That's changethegameohio.org.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. Strike. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Are you in need of basic dental treatment but can't afford the cost? There may be a solution. Hi, I'm Dr. Hal Jeter, president of the Ohio Dental Association, and I'm excited to tell you about a program called Dental Options. Dental Options is a partnership between the Ohio Dental Association and the Ohio Department of Health in which qualifying patients can be paired with a dentist to receive discounted or even free dental care. Eligibility for the program is based on your financial situation. For more information or to apply, call 1-888-765-6789.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton. ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. The Fan. Ohio sports destination. You're listening to Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
On ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle, Jeff Thidoff, Cam Taylor. We're going to be with you till noon because as Scotty Vegas is off, but also Ryan Baker's off. So we're going to do
softball stuff for the state.
There you go. And then so we're going to do On the Money as usual till 11 a.m. Then we have the Fan Call-In show from 11 until noon. So you are stuck with Tito and myself until noon. And all right, let's talk some more college football. We're going to talk about what we think should happen to Michigan. We talked about what we think will happen as far as sanctions in the previous segment. Tito and I are pretty much in lockstep on that. And we're going to look at some Ohio State odds and college football odds in general. What should happen? I'm not too far removed from what I think will happen. I could easily make the argument that the national championship should be stripped. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I mean, geez. I mean, they at least they didn't have Stallions out there for like that 2023 Ohio State game felt like more legit. It felt like Ohio State actually they shot themselves in the foot, like that interception from McCord. Mm-hmm. As much as I hate to say it because I love him and he ended up being a national championship. He's the all-time leader in receptions. Emeka Egbuka had a drop early in that game, going over the middle on a third down that would have given them an easy first down. Who knows what happens? And my point is, 2021 and 2022, something just felt weird to me. Yeah, and now I know why.
Yes.
And now I know why. So 2023 seemed, I know I'm just looking at the Ohio State game, but also during their CFP run, 2 games at the time, Stallions wasn't there. Now, I get it. You could say, well, they already knew all the signals, but teams did have time to switch it up. So I don't know. I'm okay with them, I guess, not getting their title stripped.
Hey, when I played Sega Genesis against somebody, and they looked over and saw what play I was picking on my controller there, the whatever, like when they saw what I did.
You were throwing hands.
I was in trouble. Okay, because they knew the play. That's what this felt like to me, Bids. When you said you love him, you meant you love Harrison, not McCord, right? The interception.
Egbuka.
Okay, you love Egbuka on that one.
Yeah, McCord had a terrible interception. But like before
I'm sure you love McCord.
Before that, well, I kind of was just rambling as I am wont to do. Yeah, McCord threw a terrible interception early in that game, backed up that just basically gave Michigan a touchdown. But the first drive of the game, McCord threw a decent pass to Egbuka. Yep. over the middle, and it was very uncharacteristic of Emeka, and he dropped it. That's another play. Anyway, 2023 seems like it was like legit, like Ohio State lost the game, Michigan didn't, and
didn't win. They didn't cheat. Ohio State lost. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yes, the other ones though, you're right, Bids, and you had a bird's eye view of that. And you see it all going into it. I just see it as like on the back from 100 yards, whatever it was. I'm watching these kinds of things, but you knew it, and going in, it's like, what the hell is going on? There's something weird here. And that's what it was. It was ether on the glove of a boxing. It's like that's what it was. It was like that kind of thing. Like there's something really strange here.
And even if you don't know the play specifically, if you know if it's a run or a pass, which they absolutely knew that. I mean, they're like going like up the if it's a pass or doing this if it's a run before every play. The Cade Stover comment is very interesting to me. He said, we had this play that we didn't run all year. We practiced it one day. This is why people think they had the practice footage, too. I don't know where I stand on that. The whole thing's interesting. I can't believe Ryan Day's brother, undercover. What's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, I know the covert part of that, Bids. I know. I'm with you.
Unearthed all of this.
Yes.
Way to go, Ryan Day's brother. I'm kidding. Like the Michigan fanboys were blaming Ryan Day's brother for that.
Yes.
But, geez, I completely lost my train.
It's bizarre. No, it's bizarre, though, and you're right. The fact they knew that play.
Cade Stover.
Yes,
sorry,
the Stover
thank you.
play.
So there was a play that they ran. It was a throwback to the tight end that they had not ran all year. They didn't practice it all year. They put it in that week and practiced it one day.
Yeah.
And when they ran that play, Michigan knew exactly what they were doing. Stover was like, we were surprised we knew what we were doing. He was joking, but because they had never ran before, Michigan knew exactly what was coming. So it's like very weird. All right, so we'll see what happens. But
with stuff like this, though, I just want to say, with the steroids thing in baseball is the same thing. It destroys legacies. No matter what they do at the NCAA, you're not going to change the fact that Ohio State did not beat Michigan in those years. Even if you vacate wins, it's not going to change the fact people look at it like Ohio State lost those games. Or players. These players did not get gold pants. Why? It doesn't change. They're not going to go back and give them gold pants retroactively now.
Right.
That's the part that bothers me most about things like the Michigan cheating scandal, is that it destroys or changes legacies.
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, so we'll see what happens. Again, a lot of people are saying 8 to 12 weeks. We'll see. I mean, the NCAA moves at a snail's pace, but I think they want to. Now that the hearing is over, I think they want to get this done before the season starts. All right, real quick, speaking of the season starting, so Ohio State and Texas are still your co-favorites to win the national championship, 5-1. It's just crazy to me, Tito. They played in that classic CFP semifinal. That was Texas's last game, obviously. They lead off the next season against each other. That in itself is crazy. And in addition to all that, they are the betting favorites to win the national championship. And they're tied 5-1, Ohio State and Texas. This is ESPN Bet. And then you look at it, it is Georgia 6-1, has the third lowest odds. And then Oregon and Penn State tied for fourth at plus 750. Then you got Notre Dame next, 11-1. Everybody else is kind of a relatively long shot. And you know what? One thing you can't do this year that you could do last year, at least on the apps that I'm on, you can't do the parlays where you pick 6 teams just to make the CFP.
Right.
They must have taken a hit on that last year with it being the first year.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for it to come out. I finally saw it came out, and then but you can't parlay them.
But I got killed on it last year. Did you do well on that? Because I know with Scotty Vegas, we talked about it. I'm going to pick these 6 teams to be in the playoff or whatever. These guys to win divisions, get the win conferences. But I did not do well. Arizona, Utah killed me.
Yeah, that was one that hurt me. But I did a bunch, and
Florida State
I came this close to hitting an 8-leg, and I thought it was going to. This is probably some of the stuff why they took it off, because people hit some of these. I had one that was 15 to win, well over 1,000, because I had 8 teams to make it, and it looked like it was a lot going into the last week because I had Alabama.
Oh,
so if they
beat Oklahoma,
well, that too. But even despite them losing Oklahoma, if it wasn't for the nonsense in the ACC with Clemson and SMU both getting in, which didn't seem possible, it looked like a lock that I was going to get in. That I was going to have that 8-leg parlay, but I didn't. But that's probably what happened. People were hitting some of those, and
Florida State killed me though.
They won't even let you parlay 2. Last year they were letting you go all the way up to 9.
That's insane.
Now they won't even let you parlay 2. I tried to parlay I was messing around with this morning, but not a big fan of that. But Ohio State is also your betting favorite to win the Big Ten, shockingly. Just 2-1. You're not getting great odds on Ohio State to win the Big Ten. Just 2-1. All right, up next, the Reds I was getting ready to rip them, but now they're on a massive 2-game winning streak, going for the sweep today. I was going to ask Tito if the other Tito is washed or if this is not his fault, but now on this 2-game winning streak, we'll get back on the Tito Francona train. That's up next on The Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With TrueHold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. TrueHold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since TrueHold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit TrueHold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hey, it's Anthony for Orthopedic One. I'm not invincible anymore. I never was, but I refuse to punt on things I still love to do. That's why over the past several years, when I've had things creep up, like back pain, shoulder issue, elbow problem, I've had it all, I've always chosen Orthopedic One. That's because Orthopedic One is Ohio's largest physician-owned orthopedic practice with 60 physicians in every specialty. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com. Orthopedic One. This is where you go to get better.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. TNCs apply. Available in app only.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. It's that time of year where your cooling costs are going to go up because you're trying to cool off your house, but the air is escaping out of your inefficient windows. So get them replaced with Window Nation's efficient windows that'll help you save money on your heating and cooling bills. Buy 4 windows, get 4 windows free, plus a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. No money down, no interest, no monthly payments until 2027, plus a lifetime warranty from Window Nation. 866-90-NATION to get your estimate today or windownation.com.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Yeah, that is an interesting stat about Ellie De La Cruz now has more career strikeouts than Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn. Yeah, Tony Gwynn was quite the contact hitter. Great hitter.
Oh, my
Great
goodness.
hitter. I mean, it would be a bad pitch and boom. It wouldn't even matter. And if you missed your pitch, wouldn't they double down the line, double in the gap,
Best
single.
like he and Boggs.
Just
right?
True hitters?
Just true hitters. As far as I mean, like earlier, I'm a little older than you. Like Rod Carew was a guy who I always thought was great too.
Yeah.
But like, Gwynn's in there though. And we made the joke about Gwynn. Gwynn had 56 steals one season. He had a stretch of 4 season total, 37, 56, 26, 40. As far as steals.
A little bit of a pot belly then.
Yeah, but a little bit. But then
he still got.
Yes.
He can
then he turned to Kruk. Yeah. Then he turned to John
Kruk.
Yeah.
When someone said Kruk, like, how can an athlete look like this? He's like, sir, I'm not an athlete. I'm a baseball player.
Hey, look. And I was going to say the same way that Kevin Mitchell could roll out of bed and hit, and Dimitri Young
that was a good
could roll out of bed and hit.
That's a good one. Pete Rose.
Yes, but like Gwynn though. When he got heavier, it's like, I'm still going to hit 350.
Right. And it doesn't matter where you pitch.
Right.
So, okay, so the Reds. So I was in was a little ticked off a couple days ago. They were sitting there at 30 and 33. It's funny, 2 wins doesn't completely change your outlook. They're sitting there at 32 and 33, and I'm like, yeah. Listen, the Cubs are really good. They have a big lead. I never predicted the Reds would make the playoffs or anything like that. I thought that'd be over 500 to this point. Maybe they can get to 500 later today, get the sweep over the D-backs. That was huge yesterday, getting basically a doubleheader sweep. It was a continuation of Friday's game that was suspended. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I know they've been hit with injuries, but 30 and 33 is there, where's this Francona magic that I had been talking about, that I had expected? And then I'm thinking, man, I have all these bets that I said I was going to, that I was confident in, and that I told the listeners about 50 or 70. I wish it was 58. Reds over 78.5 wins. And I kept saying 79 and 83, Tito. That's a low bar. That's not predicting they're going to do anything other than be 4 games under 500 and I win the bet if they're 79 and 83. And I'm thinking, I love that bet. So I made several of them. And I don't know. Now that they're sitting there, they're 1 game over under 500. How would you feel about that bet?
Well, I'd feel much better if I didn't bet the Reds to win the division, which I did, which may have been a mistake on my part, but that could be $20 I just burned up.
Okay, so
yes. But no, look, I still think the Francona thing will come through. Francona's a damn good manager.
Yes, he is.
And there have been injuries this year.
A lot.
And look, Hunter Green's on the IL again. That's the second time. And Hunter Green is so damn good. But so the fact that they're losing Green like they have and can still get to 500 a day, I think is a good sign for you.
Yeah. If they can get to 500, and then the schedule continues to be tough. They play the Guardians are going to be coming for their throat after the Reds somehow swept them.
Reds up 3-0 in that Ohio Cup. Yeah,
they had a Will Benson game in that series.
I can't wait to see Will Benson do it again. He's going to do it again. Bet him on a home run in one of those games. I'm just saying that I think that that's stupid because I also bet the Reds to win the division, which was dumb. But I do think, though, that, I like your bet. I do think your bet will hit.
$20 to win the division was because they were not the favorite by any means, or probably fourth,
I think I was getting like 5-1 odds.
Yeah, so the ones that I were making, I was getting a little minus. But it was like a lot of the over 78.5 wins for the Reds at like minus 110, minus 115, stuff like that. So so we'll see what happens, but. They got a tough schedule coming up, playing the Guardians. I think they got the Yankees coming up. But then if they can get to the final 7 games before the All-Star break, they have a 7-game stretch where they play the powerhouse Rockies and Marlins. They play one of them 4 games and the other one 3. Can't remember which or which, but you get the Rockies and Marlins going right into the All-Star break.
How many All-Stars for the Reds this year? 1, 2? Not more than 2.
I would say 2. There'd be 2 locks if Hunter Green stayed healthy, but now he's going to be out. Jim Day was saying probably it's going to be more like weeks than days, but probably not like months.
Right.
They want to get him right. They said it's nothing. It's not his groin again. Now they're saying it's like his back.
So it's not okay. Yeah.
But it's all in that area. Be connected. So they want to make sure when he comes back that he's right. But,
if you rub yourself that way again, it's going to be probably an FCC fine. The way you just did that on YouTube.
I am blocked by so you didn't even need to say that.
Okay, but I saw him. I'm telling everyone out there listening. I just saw him.
You can't even tell that on our YouTube feed that I'm not even wearing pants. It was like COVID, We're at our homes doing the show and our skivvies. Maybe I still do that from time to time doing my Bucknuts podcast. You only can see the chest up.
Right, I noticed that about you.
Tito's over here come on. The gig is up, I guess.
I felt violated.
Oh, geez. All right, so let's talk some more NBA Finals betting and NHL Stanley Cup betting. That's up next on The Money.
This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm one of the at-home coaches with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Honestly, I think the thing I hear the most is I didn't realize how easy it was. That first weekly they come in, they're like, oh my gosh, I already noticed that I'm not as bloated in my face or in my abdomen, or I've been sleeping better. I've been waking up with so much more energy. I don't need my coffee throughout the day. They're coming in a month or 2 later and they're like, hey, my daughter said I need to lower my meds. I'm losing a ton of inches on my waist. I'm buying new pant sizes. And we're looking at the scale. And we're like, yeah, your visceral fat's down again. That's fantastic. And we're celebrating all of these wins. And then we talk about, okay, next step. Let's talk about how to maintain it. This isn't over. This is just the next stage. That's what your health coach is there for.
Thanks, Mandy. This is Scotty Vegas. Easy weight loss with results that actually last. With Awaken 180 Weight Loss, you will succeed and you'll enjoy the process. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
If there was ever a day the Reds were both good and lucky, it was this June 8th, 1965. And it all happened off the field when the Reds participated in the first ever draft of amateur players. And the Reds picked Bernie Carbo as their first choice, and not a bad pick. Carbo was a starter in 70 and 71. But it was the second pick when they hit pay dirt. The Reds picked a catcher, the 8th catcher chosen in the draft, the 36th player selected overall. The Reds picked Johnny Bench, a very smart move to get him, and thank goodness he was still available. June 8, 1965, Johnny Bench signs with Cincinnati. This date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yeah, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GEAR for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GEAR for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GEAR.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
On ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle. I'm with Tito. Scotty Vegas has the week off. Yeah, I think he has the week off.
Is he up or down, you think, this week, betting-wise? Because I haven't heard from him. I'm guessing down.
I'll have to look at the Canadian Open results because I know, it doesn't matter what the golf tournament is. He's betting on it. Sure. It could be live. I'm not even joking. Something in the middle of the night.
Is he betting tennis?
Oh, he bets tennis, but golf is his go-to. I'm sure he's got some. Do we have an update on the men's final? How about good job, Coco Gauff yesterday?
Yeah,
taking down the young lady from Belarus who then cried in her press conference.
Did she cry? I didn't see it.
Cried like with her words. She basically said, didn't basically say it. Like, these are some like cringe quotes. She was like, she didn't really win. She's like, the conditions were awful. I played terrible. It was the worst match of my life. Her name's Sabalenka. She's from Belarus. She was the number one player, but Coco Gauff beat her in 3 sets, and the young lady from Belarus did not handle it well. But
could you find Belarus on? Could you find it on a map?
Of course,
you can find it on a map.
Yeah, because it used to be part of the Soviet Union. It'd be like west of Russia, right? Okay. And like I think it's like north of Ukraine, like right there.
Good for you. There's no way in hell.
Belarus.
Good for you. There's no way in hell.
Oh, yeah, man. Minsk. You've never been to Minsk?
Never been to Minsk. I know that.
I've never been to Minsk either.
And listen, Rochelle's from Minsk,
I was going to say, from Milan to Minsk. Yeah, it all comes back to Seinfeld.
Yes, it does.
It all comes back to Seinfeld. But Yannick Sinner is up 1-love over Carlos Alcaraz for just one game. Not up one set to love.
One game.
One game to love in the French Open final. But good job, Coco Gauff, yesterday.
Yes.
Getting her second major. She won the 2023 U.S. Open, and now she's got a French Open under her belt. She's just 21 years old. Go Coco Gauff. All right, NBA, NHL betting. We have game 2 tonight in the NBA Finals. Love this. I mean, the Pacers have been such a fun story. I'm sure we got a lot of Dayton Flyer fans out there. It's pretty cool seeing Obi Toppin. I won't say break out, although he had a huge game last game. He's just been so solid off the bench throughout the playoffs. Halliburton's doing things that are just insane. Yet all of that, Thunder are favored by 11 tonight. And if you want to bet the series, and Tito was saying even though it's minus 330 OKC, that's dropped a lot. I think it might have been like maybe like minus 700 entering this. Something like that. So it's already been cut more than in half. So minus 330 for OKC to win the series. Plus 265 for the yes sirs. By the way, do you like that when they
pretty good? Yeah,
I like it. They go. I didn't come up with it.
I know you didn't. No, I like it though. Yeah,
I think they came up with I think that's a cool little thing. Yes sir. So 265 plus 265 for the Pacers. I mean, I think the Thunder are going to win the series, but geez, I mean, I wouldn't count the Pacers out by any means. I'll put it that way.
Halliburton right now, you can get him 18 plus points plus 115.
Ooh, I like that a lot. And what's he's got to be averaging like 20 in the playoffs.
I think, yeah.
He's coming off a game where he scored 14, so you think that's not going to happen twice in a row where he's getting like, I don't see him going under 18 two straight games.
You give him 20 plus for plus 175.
Yeah, and like I'll have to look up what he's averaging in the playoffs. But so that's going to be fun tonight, 8:00. Probably a little bit after 8 o'clock.
It will. 8:09 or whatever it's going to be.
There you go. Right. I like knowing the specific times. Like if I'm doing an Ohio State football write-up, instead of putting like 8 p.m., which I never get to do for home games, by the way.
Right.
But if I was doing like 8 p.m., I'd like to know like 8:12 p.m. So my readers know exactly when that thing is kicking off. 18 and a half?
18 and a half is what he's averaging right now through 17 games.
That surprises me. And like at least 10 points per game have been in the last minute.
It seems like that. Yes, absolutely he does. Yes. He has had, he had the 14. He had 21 before that, 8. Before that, he had 32 against the Knicks. And before that, he had 20. Give me 18 plus.
I would have lost a lot of money saying that he was under 20 points a game for the playoffs. I did
plus
not
money
know
on that? That's pretty damn good.
I'm going to jump on that. That's a good call. That could be your best bet, what you're going to...
Yeah, now I got another one.
Like, real quick, before we do that, I do want to touch on Stanley Cup as promised. Game 3 tomorrow in Florida. Panthers going for their second straight. Oilers are trying to be the first Canadian team to win the Cup since 93.
When the Canadiens won it, yeah. Right?
Yeah, they beat the Kings. Yeah, that's crazy. It's been since 93.
You rooting for Canada or rooting for U.S.? It's okay to say. I think this would not be this is not going to be something that's going to upset people if you said Canada.
I kind of have like mixed feelings about this because I'm pissed that we let them go. Can I say that on a Sunday morning?
You can say pissed, yeah. Bob?
Cam, am I allowed to say that?
Dump it.
Cam says no. Says don't do that. He's turned my mic off now. You can't even hear me. No, but like I'm still ticked that we let him get away. But I like Bob.
Bob and Seth Jones on the team too.
I like Bob.
Yeah. Yes. Not Popeye's son.
Hey, no, there's no hate though. We got a real nice trade for.
We did. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah. The Blackhawks gave us a nice haul. Did that end up being Kent Johnson?
I think it did. Yeah. Part of that. Yes.
Yes, because Cole Sillinger was the Blue Jackets pick that same year. And they got Kent Johnson because of the Seth Jones trade and some other assets as well. So no hate for Seth, but I really like Bob. So I'm going to say I'm going to go with Florida. What about you?
I think
I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, look, I think I'm rooting for Canada in this one.
Okay.
I think that Florida won it last year, so it's not like it's like a drought. And I'm glad Bob got it. Bob's a Hall of Famer coming up, no doubt about it. He'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
But I would like to see Canada have that. But it's amazing to me, Bids, how much I know that people say Canadian hockey's a Canadian sport, hockey's a Canadian sport, whatever. It's a U.S. sport now. If you look at how many teams in the NHL are from the United States, don't tell me it's a Canadian sport anymore. We got it. I can't think of what Canada would have to do to sell, like to take it back. Like, what sport could Canada take from us that would anger us as much as it angers them that we took hockey?
Pickleball.
Okay, pickleball.
No, there's nothing. That is like their because we switch.
Right.
Back in the day, it was baseball or boxing, horse racing.
Yeah.
Right. And now it's football.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The CFL, I don't think it's going to be able to top the NFL anytime soon. Yeah. But no, that's a great point. Like,
they can't take a sport from us.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if all of a sudden they were like the better like football country.
Right. Like, Vancouver, the Grizzlies didn't work out there.
And obviously a lot of these American teams are winning with tons of Canadian players on their roster. I get it. But it's still one of the craziest things I've seen. And I know there's only 7 Canadian teams, so it's not, but still none since 93.
That's insane.
It's insane. And they opened the series as the favorite. The Oilers did, and now the Panthers are the favorite. All right, up next is Best Bets on the Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can build a winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio Foot and Ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Summer is in full swing. If you think you're hot, well, so are your trees. You can help your trees by watering them, especially if they're newly planted. During the hot, dry summer months, your trees could use a water boost. Watering new trees a few times a week will help them survive while they're developing their root system, so don't forget about them. To find out more about watering trees or to find a certified arborist near you, go to treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move, a pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Are you in need of basic dental treatment but can't afford the cost? There may be a solution. Hi, I'm Dr. Hal Jeter, president of the Ohio Dental Association, and I'm excited to tell you about a program called Dental Options. Dental Options is a partnership between the Ohio Dental Association and the Ohio Department of Health, in which qualifying patients can be paired with a dentist to receive discounted or even free dental care. Eligibility for the program is based on your financial situation. For more information or to apply, call 1-888-765-6789.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. Just a heads up at the top of the hour. Just past 10 o'clock, we're going to take your call, 614-821-9710, 614-821-9710, sports gambling, Ohio State football, Michigan sanctions, anything you want to ask us, NBA Finals, anything, Stanley Cup Finals, whatever, 614-821-9710. Don't call right now because the lines are not open, but they will be open right around 10 o'clock. And then we're also going to have the Fan Call-In show from 11 to noon. Tito and I are going to be with you through for that as well because Scotty and Ryan Baker are off. So we're going to have the Fan Call-In show from 11 to noon. Right about now, it's time for Best Bets. Here's one that I've been putting out there that I want to remind people on that I really like. I'm surprised it hasn't changed yet. I really like the over, Tito, of Illinois Fighting Illini, 7.5 wins. Like, I have them pegged for 9-3, and I won't be shocked if they go 10-2. They have to host Ohio State. But other than that, they have a manageable schedule. I wouldn't say it's easy. It's not like Indiana last year, but it's manageable. Indiana had played Ohio State last year, so there are a lot of similarities. Okay, number one, Illinois was good last year.
Right.
And they're bringing back a lot of their guys, including their quarterback.
Veteran quarterback, yep.
Exactly. And, geez, I mean, they were good last year. I think they're going to be better this year. And I think they're going to be 9-3 or maybe 10-2. So, like, even if they're 8-4, you win that bet. I like Illinois over 7.5 wins.
Look, I'm surprised Curt Cignetti's not the head coach because that's the kind of schedule he would want. That's the one he would exploit, something like that. It's a great schedule for Brett Bielema. It really is. I'm with you on that. Look, if the number was 8.5, I'd still bet it over, wouldn't you? 8.5?
Yeah, I mean, that would give me a little trepidation because I love the ones where I have like leeway, where I'm like, geez, like I don't see them going 8-4, but if they do, I win the bet. I love those bets.
Yeah, I think that 8.5, though, I would still take it. I think they're 9-3. I think 9-3 is their floor, Bids. It's a great schedule for them. Yes, they'll lose to Ohio State. Look, I'll put them in on my card for playoff team.
They could be the Indiana of this year, where they wouldn't make noise if they got there, but they could be that one of the final teams to make it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I hope they're not. I mean, because Bielema's not going to be cowardly like Cignetti was in some of these big games. Bielema will end up. He'll end up coaching to win every game.
Yeah, that was like Cignetti kind of went against what he normally did. That Ohio State game, he just decided at some point, probably after the Downs punt return for a touchdown, they were still in the game, but he knew his quarterback was getting a little banged up, and like he was thinking, all right, let's just not get blown out, and we'll make the playoff.
Right, that's what he was thinking. Yeah. He coached like a coward. Sorry, not sorry.
It worked out. I mean, I still think even if they got blown out, they would have made the playoff. They would have been sitting there at 11-1. Yep. Your only loss to Ohio State. Penn State or at Ohio State.
Yep, I think so too.
You're getting an even up because it wasn't like the final score was like that close in that game, and they still got in. All right, I like one. Speaking of best bets, you have one that I really like that you've been mentioning throughout the show. It is a certain pacer over under. What is that?
Halliburton over 18.5 points. I like that one quite a bit. You can get plus money on that one. I've got another one here I'm cooking. By the way, any experienced bettor who's made money will tell you stay away from parlays. So I'm going to tell you about a parlay. I like Siakam. 30-plus point rebounds and assists.
Man,
Halliburton, 30-plus points, rebounds, assists. Holmgren, same thing, plus 25. That'll pay you $4.35. All those guys get 25 or 30. Yep.
Man. Pretty long shot there.
Halliburton, 30. Siakam, 30 points, rebounds, assists total.
And you're going with Holmgren as well?
25.
All right, we're going to take your calls next. 614-821-9710. Ask us anything. 614-821-9710. This is On the Money.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Kroger brand 80% lean ground beef is on sale. 3-pound packages are only $3.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Join the G&J Pepsi team. G&J Pepsi is a family-owned company. Learn more about our company and open positions at our hiring event. Our HR team will be on site Monday, June 9th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 6939 Americana Parkway in Reynoldsburg. We're hiring full-time and part-time merchandisers to service the greater Columbus area. Interviews and job offers given on the spot. All positions offer competitive wages and benefits. Visit gjpepsi.com/careers for more info.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Jerry, I think I invented something. Does it solve a problem? It solves a big problem.
Get Eco.
ECO. Heating and cooling companies are telling people your furnace and AC isn't worth fixing. You need to replace it with a whole new system.
You invented a solution for that?
I invented a way to fix those systems for free.
Get Eco.
ECO.
That's a great invention. How does it work?
Step 1 is to pay ECO to fix it.
I thought you said you'd fix it for free.
Step 2 is that we give you back all the money that you paid us, up to $1,500 when you get ECO to replace it.
Get Eco.
ECO.
What if your repair keeps my system running for several more years?
That would mean you got all those extra years for free.
Paying ECO to fix your AC system is like putting money in the bank.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
Get Eco.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring into savings at Ohio Mulch. Get your mulch as easy as ever. Save $50 on home delivery now through Sunday. All you got to do is visit ohiomulch.com today.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply.
Bang! There's a train. Stop signs and crosswalks just aren't enough. Overgrown vegetation makes a bad crossing worse. Almost half of Ohio's railroad crossings don't have gates and flashing lights. Bam! you're dead. Gates and lights save more lives than stop signs or crosswalks alone. Report bad railroad crossings at angelsontrack.org. That's angelsontrack.org. Because bad crossings kill good drivers. Sponsored by Angels on Track, aired by OAB and this station.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
And I'm Cam Taylor. Game 2 of the NBA Finals is tonight at 8 p.m. between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Pacers stole Game 1 at the last second with Tyrese Halliburton's game-winning shot. That was the fourth time this postseason he has hit a shot to tie or win the game with 5 seconds or less to go. The Cincinnati Reds won 2 games over the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday. Friday's game was suspended after the 6th inning, and the game was finished on Saturday. The Reds' Christian Encarnacion Strand hit a walk-off double in the 10th inning to win the game 4-3. In Game 2, the Reds dominated the Diamondbacks 13-1, and Cincinnati will go for the sweep today at 1:40 with Brady Singer getting the start. And the Cleveland Guardians lost to the Houston Astros 5-3 yesterday. The Guardians will look to snap a 3-game losing streak today at 1:40, and Tanner Bybee will be on the mound. The Stanley Cup Finals will return to action tomorrow night with Game 3 at 8 p.m. The Florida Panthers tied the series on Friday night with a double overtime game winner.
Scotty's kids don't ask how his day was. They ask if all his bets won. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN. What a play.
Welcome back to On the Money, 97.1 The Fan. I am Dave Biddle. Got Jeff Thidoff, a.k.a. Tito, sitting in with me. Scotty Vegas is on assignment. Okay, he's just off. We like saying on assignment to try and be cute. We have Cam Taylor at the controls. And right about now, my friends, it is time for the Parlay Party. Hit it. All right, the Parlay Party is where we celebrate anything we want to celebrate. Could be a nice parlay that we hit. Could be anything at all. Tito, what are you celebrating on this fine morning?
Hopefully no rain. I've got my daughter's in a swim meet, outdoor swim meet in Gahanna. She's been there the last 2 days, had a couple events each day, and now she's got 2 more events today before she wraps that event up. And I love watching her swim. Bids, I was never a swimmer growing up. I never enjoyed swimming, but being a swim dad, I am loving it. It is so much fun to go out there and do those things.
Absolutely. And speaking of being a dad and doing things outside, get to host my wife and I hosted the grad party for my oldest daughter, high school graduation yesterday. We got so lucky with the weather. It was perfect. The party could not have gone any better, so definitely celebrating that. And now, celebrating hopefully the Reds can get a sweep today. At least they're on a 2-game winning streak. The way things have been going, I'll take a 2-game winning streak right now. Let's hopefully it's a 3-game winning streak. Those are some of the things I'm celebrating. Camo, what about you, my friend?
I'm definitely excited about this NBA Finals game tonight. Love watching the NBA Finals. And then hopefully we get some better weather. Hopefully the rain stays away. And just excited that we're in June. It's summertime.
Heck yeah. Summertime. I love it.
Just so you know, by the way, Bids.
Yeah.
We are 53 days away until the Pro Football Hall of Fame game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ohio State football.
Oh, no, we're 83 days away from that. 83.
That seems a little low, yeah.
83 is Ohio State, Texas. 76 for the first 4 college football games, and we are 88 away from the start of the NFL regular season.
Love it. Our favorite sport. Is it your favorite sport, too? Is football your favorite sport? And that's I love sports, like, across the board, so it's like across the board might be an exaggeration, but I love sports, so it's saying a lot that football is my favorite.
Could anything happen in your lifetime? I'm sorry. Anything happen in your lifetime that make football not the most popular sport in America? Do you think football, because baseball for decades, a century, was the most popular sport in the American world, right? Like it was baseball, America's pastime.
Right.
What would have to happen for the NFL to not be the most popular sport, you think?
Jeez. I can't envision
not
it in my
oversaturation.
lifetime. I couldn't envision it in my lifetime in America. Right. I mean, obviously other sports are growing. Soccer continues to get big with each passing year, but NHL has the best hockey players in the world. MLS, even though it keeps growing, is the 10th best league in the world? I don't know. A soccer fan would know, but certainly it's not the best, or even top 5. Probably around 10th. Maybe I'm being nice. So I can't imagine a sport ever passing football in America. But I'm sure back in the day, people were like, I can't imagine this football passing baseball.
Right.
Or boxing,
right.
Horse racing was huge.
You're right.
We still have all those things, but boxing is a shell of what it used to be. All right, we're going to take your call, 614-821-9710. If you want to hold off to the call-in show beginning at 11, that's fine. But if you want to call in now, we can do that as well. We're also on YouTube. 971 The Fan, our YouTube page. We've got a robust crowd there. And I want to bring up something we talked about in the first hour, Tito, because I was saying the two apps that I'm on are not letting you do something that we could do last year, which is do a parlay of teams just to make the playoffs. So I was thinking these guys must have got burned pretty bad last year and they have to take that off the board this year. So however, Mark Condon is saying DraftKings lets you make the playoffs parlay. He's like 9 teams max. So maybe some of these other apps are just waiting. Maybe they didn't take a hit last year, but that's interesting. So if you want to do the CFP parlay, DraftKings is letting you, and maybe some of the other sites. So I love those. I love those just to make the CFP. And this year I would maybe do like a 7-leg with like Ohio State. It wouldn't be any, I don't have any like really big long shots in here or any long shots really. I'd go Ohio State. I'd go Texas. I'd go Georgia. I'll go Penn State, Oregon. I do think Bama's going to sneak in. They have a tough schedule. I just don't think they're going to miss 2 straight years. And let's see. I already said Georgia. Who's the other SEC team I was going to put in there? Oh, I got Texas in there as well. Give me Clemson. There you go. And Clemson. That'd be my. And I might put Notre Dame in there to go 8. So
Notre Dame's got to be in, don't they?
I would think so. I mean, because if they go. We know if they go 11-1, they're a lock. It doesn't matter what the loss is. Last year was Northern Illinois. and you know, I think in college football that's fair. If you're 11-1, you have one slip up and 12 teams are making it. I'm fine with Notre Dame getting in. They proved they deserved it last year, to say the least. Yeah, but the thing is that then if you lose 2 games in your Notre Dame, you're probably out.
Yes.
10-2 Ohio State's a lock. 10-2 Texas is a lock. Because people are like, why is Ohio State Texas playing? Let's say Texas was 9-3 this year. One of their losses is at Ohio State, and it's a close game.
Yep.
Let's say instead, and then they finish 9-3. The other 2 losses are to good SEC teams, and they're also close losses. Would you agree that 9-3 Texas team is a lock to make the CFP with 12 teams?
Yes, I would think they would.
With those 3 losses, like being 2 good SEC teams and Ohio State on the road, right? So people are like, well, what do they have to gain by playing? They really don't have anything to lose unless you get blown out. Here's my point. Let's say instead of playing in that same scenario, let's say Texas finished 10-2 this year, but they didn't play Ohio State. Instead, they played Ball State, or you fill in the blank. Right? That wouldn't affect anything. 10-2 Texas with a win over Ball State instead of 9-3 Texas with a close loss at Ohio State would not change their resume at all. It really gives you could make the argument like, I don't want to say nothing to lose, because if you get blown out, especially if you're at home, if you're Ohio State and you get blown out really bad, but it's almost nothing to lose unless you get blown out, and a lot to gain. If you're Ohio State or Texas, you win that game, you're a virtual lock to make the CFP.
I'll give you 3 losses. At Ohio State, at Florida, at Georgia. If they lose those 3 games, 3 road games against damn good teams, they got to be in.
For sure. Definitely they would get in. I mean, Alabama almost got in last year with some bad losses. Like those would be 3
Alabama lost to Oklahoma.
Good losses. You'd be an SEC team with 9-3.
Yeah.
And those, you had the, cojones to come play Ohio State in Columbus. Ohio State's going to have the return trip next year and also, which won't be a noon game, right? It won't be at 11 a.m. Local time. All right, let's head out to the phone lines. We have our leadoff batter on the line. He is Greg. Welcome to the show, Greg.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, sir.
I'd like to talk a little bit about music instead of sports. It kind of relates, though. I think everybody remembers the first concert they ever went to. For me, it was 1977, Athens, Ohio, and the concert was Boston. But the band that opened up for them was Rick Derringer. This past week, he passed away. For fans that don't know who he is, one of the first bands he had was a hit called Hang On Sloopy. I think it's played at every Ohio State football game I've ever been to.
Yes, sir.
I think at least, I don't know what you guys think, but I think at least Ohio State marching band ought to do a tribute to him this coming season.
Oh, I bet they will. It is, that is our, that's our official state song.
Yeah. He did work with Weird Al, too, at the end of his career. Like, he also worked with Weird Al, yeah.
Official state rock song. Rock song. We actually have an official state rock song.
Do we have an official state song that's not that then? I know Hang On Sloopy would play for obviously Ohio State football and things like that, but is there another song? I know, like,
I have to look it up, but like we have like a lot. Like, do you know we have a state bird? Do you know what it is?
Is it a cardinal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Reds fans probably don't like that too much.
They probably don't.
That it's a cardinal, you know.
Branch Rickey, though, brought the Cardinals farm system here. That's how the Columbus Redbirds, way back when, played at Franklin County Stadium, then Cooper Stadium and whatnot. That's where Babe Ruth came through and played sometimes. And
interesting.
It was back when, the Redbirds.
Yeah, so, I think,
I've never felt more old. I'm Jack Park and Joe Santry combined right now, how old I felt saying that stat to you.
I think the band absolutely will do a tribute. I mean, they do. They play Hang On Sloopy at the end of the third quarter every game, and I've always loved that song. I love that. I love the Ohio State marching band version. I love the original version. I love everything about that song. It's great. Mm-hmm. It's great. All right, let's get back to some Ohio State football topics. We haven't really talked anything personnel-wise. Let's get into that a little bit. So, obviously, quarterback is the main thing. I feel like, Tito, the weapons around the QB, including the running backs. I mean, it was the best tandem at running back I've ever seen at Ohio State. I barely missed Archie and Pete. Right. And some of the guys before that, had some of the great tandems that they had. I think Archie and Pete clearly is the gold standard, even though it's before my time. 2-time Heisman Trophy winner, one of them. The other guy, a guy that just racks up touchdowns like crazy.
45 touchdowns there was, yeah.
But I still can't believe what happened last year. You have Travion Henderson. You bring in Quinshon Judkins, like the best running back in the portal. He's coming here with a guy who's established, and Travion doesn't take his ball and go home. He's cool with it. They become friends. It works out great for everybody. Ohio State wins a national championship. They both go over 1,000 yards. They're both early second-round picks. They don't have as much wear and tear on their tires. It worked out great. I still can't believe it happened. So that was the best tandem at running back I've ever seen for the Buckeyes. And I'm not down on the running backs this year at all. They're not going to be as good as the best running back tandem we've seen, but James Peoples, C.J. Donaldson, I think Bo Jackson's going to be good as a true freshman. I like them. Wide receiver goes without saying. Best tight end room I've seen, and I like the offensive line.
Yeah.
Oh, and even it was like a luxury item.
You're right. Yeah.
I think even if they have Kazmarek, Jelani Thurman, Bennett Christian, the freshman Roberts looks good. That would have been a good tight end room despite losing G. Scott. Then you add in Max Clare, unbelievable. So I think if Julian Sand, presuming he is the quarterback, curious to get your thoughts on that. If he can be good, I think this Ohio State team is, and we're just talking offense right now, is going to be big trouble for everybody. If he's great, look out. But when is he going to be good? He's a redshirt freshman. Is he going to be right away against Texas?
August 28th. August 29th, August 30th. Yes, he got to get those 3 days going. 3 days going to, yes.
Is he going to be good mid-season at some point? As long as he is good overall, if we look back and say he had a good year as a redshirt freshman, because even C.J. Stroud wasn't C.J. Stroud right away. But if he has a good year overall, I think Ohio State's going to be really tough to beat. If they have some trouble at the quarterback position, that's going to throw everything off, because my gosh, with J.J. Smith and Carnell Tate and Brandon Ennis and Mylan Graham and on and on and on. I mean, this and we say it seems like we say this every year. This might be the best wide receiver room they've ever had.
Every year, I know, right? Yeah, this is it. No, starting now, cross D-line. Listen, Bids, on the running back thing. I never thought about it, and you're right. It is the great in our lifetimes. Yes, because I never watched Archie play college football, but Archie and Pete certainly, and nothing since then. It was such a smart business decision by Judkins.
Yes.
After getting 5,000 touches a year his first 2 years, comes here for less touches, and it's following the Arkansas and Alabama model. When Arkansas had Felix Jones and McFadden and those guys, and Alabama had Derrick Henry, they followed. It was brilliant by Judkins to do that. I don't think it's of credit for how smart he was.
Who was the Auburn tandem? They had Cadillac Williams.
Cadillac Williams and they had Ronnie Smith, right?
Yes.
Ronnie Brown.
Yeah,
Ronnie Brown.
Yes. Oh gosh, I love those tailback. But too often running backs are not okay with that.
I know.
They want to be the man.
Yes.
I still can't believe that happened. Credit to Quinshon, credit to Travion. Yes. I think Locks did a great job. I'm not just saying this because Tony Alford went to Michigan. I think Ohio State actually upgraded.
Me too.
At running back. I mean, Carlos Laughlin is a heck of a good coach. All right.
Can I say one more thing real quick?
Go ahead.
The saying thing, I'm done talking to you guys, and I mean you people, because every time I say Sayans won the job, I get an Ohio State beat reporter that says, well, Keenholz looked really good going into the spring game. So I'm just saying, I keep saying Sayans going to be the guy, and then somebody like you people, says, maybe not, we're not sure yet.
I keep saying, like, because I get asked this all the time, whether it's just friends asking me or family or live on
the air, off the cuff, right there. On the
I mean,
spot.
just like I was on CBS HQ last week, and they were asking me, like, so it is a legit like competition, isn't it? I said, I'm the opposite of what you've been hearing. I'm just like, I really don't think so. I'm like, no, and I have the caveat. Lincoln Keenholz did look good this spring. Right. I do think he could get the job done if needed, but I said, I'll be shocked, not mildly surprised, not even surprised. I'll be shocked if Julian Sand is not trotting out there when Ohio State takes the field against Texas for the first time. I'll be shocked. And I think he will have a good year. I'm just curious when that will be. We'll take more of your calls next, 614-821-9710. We'll also talk more Ohio State football and what's going to happen to Michigan as far as their sanctions. That's up next on The Money.
Big Voice Guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Did you want information on the Ohio Lottery's Easy Play games? Okay. Easy Play games have everything needed to play printed on the ticket, so you never wait for a drawing. And with Easy Play progressive games, they can instantly win the game's jackpot, which oftentimes grow and grow to over $1 million. All lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly. Want another commercial? Okay.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now, but I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GEAR for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GEAR for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GEAR.
It's almost time for the inaugural 9.71 The Race.
Sponsored by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center.
Run, walk, have a beer with Common Man. Whatever strikes your fancy. Sign up today at 971therace.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring into savings at Ohio Mulch. Get your mulch as easy as ever. Save $50 on home delivery now through Sunday. All you got to do is visit ohiomulch.com today.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40. Period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
This summer, elevate your backyard barbecue game with Napoleon Grills from Billiards Plus in Dublin. Experience the power of Napoleon's infrared sizzle zone, reaching up to 1,800 degrees in just 30 seconds for that perfect steakhouse sear. Stay connected with the Napoleon Home app. Monitor up to 3 temperature probes, all from your smartphone. Built to last with premium steel, the grilling season never ends with Napoleon Grills from Billiards Plus. Visit Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin and transform your patio into a gourmet grilling paradise.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Talking about guns might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Asking safety questions before a play date, like do you have pets, a pool, are there any unlocked guns in the home, can help keep kids safe. Learn more at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by Ohio Health and the Ad Council.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White with your 10 weather impact forecast here. For our Sunday, we're still tracking a few showers lingering into this afternoon. High temperatures around 75 degrees. For tonight, clear to partly cloudy with lows around 62. And then for your Monday, we'll see highs around 75 with a chance for showers and thunderstorms. And then by Tuesday, drier conditions with highs in the 70s, but warming things up with more sunshine and highs in the 80s here for Wednesday and Thursday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
Here's a quick 10-second reminder that the Buckeyes have won the Natty. Also, we air all the games, and we always will. Thank you. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. Dave Biddle's favorite kind of psychology is reverse psychology. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN. What a play.
Welcome back to On the Money. 97.1 The Fan. I am Dave Biddle. I'm in with my guy Tito. Scotty Vegas is off. Cam Taylor at the controls per usual. Got a couple of callers to get to. All right, let's head out to the lines and hear from Christian. Welcome to the show, Christian.
What's up, Dave? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Oh, man, good. Tito, how you doing?
Hey, my man, I'm doing great. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate you.
Of course, of course. I just wanted to hear from you guys. I was thinking of a good question I can ask you. If you had to choose between the last decade of receivers, I want you guys to build the best 1 through 4 receiver room for the last decade for the Buckeyes.
Well, I like that. Great question. Good job. Good job, Christian. All right, so we're going with J.J. Smith, right? Obviously.
Yes.
We got to go with Marv.
Got to go with Marv.
Got to go with Marv.
Last decade.
Okay, are we going Garrett Wilson? Is he on that list?
I think you got to go Garrett. Yeah.
Let's do some guys that we'd put like that are at least in the running. So we got 2 for sure, JJ and Marv, probably Garrett Wilson. Then you got Olave, you got JSN.
You got Abuka. Oh, dude, this is so hard.
We're definitely leaving out somebody.
I know, we were going to piss somebody off.
If Brian Hartline is listening, can you stop being so lazy and get out there and hit the recruiting trail, coach? I mean, this is, geez, can you get the wide receiver recruiting to pick up a little bit of a pace? No, I mean, my God, it's insane what Hartline's done. Okay, so JJ, Marv.
Gotta be, okay, wait. Let's do this. Are we saying most talented or most productive?
And are we including anything about their NFL career?
No, come say, like, if you say most productive, Smith's got 1 year. I agree.
But he also has the best performance in a bowl game in the history of college football.
Yes, he was fantastic. I'm just saying that, like,
I love this question
because I am trying to get Smith off the list by a technicality, even though I know he's the best receiver.
So are we going Garrett Wilson?
So yeah, I think
we just
Garrett
need
Wilson's
one more.
in there.
All right, so between Olave, JSN, and Ibuka, are we leaving out somebody? Darnell Tate? No.
We're leaving out somebody. Yeah, Olave you got to go with, right? I mean,
he stayed 4 years. You really, JSN, I mean, obviously 2020 wasn't his fault. Really only played 1 year, 2021.
Okay, where's Michael Thomas fits in,
Does
right?
That count last...
Was he the last game in 16?
Oh, no, that would count because 15 he would have been there. Oh, gosh, how are we not counting
That's
Mike
what I'm saying.
Thomas?
So you got Mike Thomas in there, right? How about Paris Campbell?
Oh, geez. Terry McLaurin?
Exactly right.
That also depends. Are we factoring in an NFL career? Oh, geez. That's the thing. Like, we were like, even before we mentioned Paris Campbell and guys like the Terry McLaurin, we're like, God, this has been Michael Thomas. We're like, this is insane. Oh, yeah, those 3 guys as well. Unbelievable.
You can't do that's an unfair question. That's like asking who's your favorite kid. Although you and I both give answers off the air to each other. I know. I absolutely have a favorite kid. But I'm just saying, but you can't publicly come out and say, though, who your favorite kid is.
You can't. You have to be like a coach. It's like when somebody asks a coach, this is just a random example. I don't think this has happened, at least in Columbus, Ohio. But it's like if a coach came out there and they said, do you have a leader at quarterback? And he said, no, they're exactly 50-50.
Right.
Because he can't pick between his kids publicly.
Right.
You think privately Ryan Day doesn't know who's in the lead for his quarterback job? He probably knows. We also know we have Jim on the line. Welcome to the show, Jim.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate your show this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. A little different take. I won't be long. As a former athlete and educator, teacher, administrator, coach myself, I'm kind of looking at this Michigan thing a whole different way. I actually think they're going to be a little bit harder on Michigan going backwards than forward, because I think probably the hatred within the NCAA and that committee for Jim Harbaugh and his non-compliance and being confrontational and not cooperating. I actually think they're looking to make a statement with that championship season and probably a couple of the seasons before that, which I think you guys kind of hit on as well. So I actually think they're going to go back a little stronger than you may think in regards to sending a statement to other coaches and in this area of the NIL and the rules. I actually think they're going to come down hard on that championship season and the 2 years before. I think they're going to make a statement with Harbaugh.
And that makes a lot of sense.
Pound him.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for the call, Jim. That makes a lot of sense because what we've seen from the NCAA is the Committee on Infractions recently, over the last 10 years, they've gone away from trying to punish people that had nothing to do with it. Like the Michigan guys that are like freshmen right now, you're going to punish them. They had nothing to do with the incoming freshmen. You're going to punish them. And that would, that would hurt them. Obviously, taking away their title is the one thing that would hurt them the most. I do think wins will get stripped, and that's the one school where it would matter because they take so much pride in having the most wins in college football history. And Harbaugh's going to get hit with a longer show cause. That doesn't matter. He's never coming back. He's never coming back to college. But, yeah, I think you might be onto something there. I think they'll probably hit them hardest with retroactive penalties as opposed to pushing it forward. I won't be surprised if there are some penalties that push forward, like a 1 year postseason ban. I don't see a multiple year postseason ban. I think Sharon Moore's suspension is going to get at least doubled, but what do you think, Tito?
Yeah, Bids, when I look at it, I understand, like it used to be and still is. I guess when you put a punishment out there, it does affect players that had nothing to do with the scandal. There are people that will get affected by this, depending what they do with the sanctions and whatnot, that were in middle school or whatever. You know what I mean? When this stuff happened and now they're going to feel the wrath of it. It's unfair. Yes. You know what else is unfair? What Michigan did. And if you commit to a program that has that legacy with them, you can transfer out now without penalty. Like you can go to another school and play, right now as a transfer. Whereas before you had to wait a year maybe and couldn't go in the same conference, all those things. So it is less, it is not as big of a penalty now for future players or current players that weren't associated with what went on there because you can get out of it and go somewhere else. I agree that I don't want to see current players that had nothing to do with it punished, but the school, the program, has to be punished, and that is going to affect future seasons, and I'm okay with that. Transfer somewhere else. You can go somewhere. You know what you did? You trusted the wrong program if you committed to Michigan.
Yannick Sinner is up 5-4 in the first set on Carlos Alcaraz. They are on serve. Alcaraz serving to stay in the first set. So
it's Sinner?
Sinner.
Correct pronunciation, and if your last name was Sinner, would you change your name?
It's a very popular name in Northern Italy.
It is.
I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Vince, that's how much I respect you, is that I was going to go with that. I would have said it later today. If you hadn't said it to me, I would have told someone else today, yeah, Sinner's a Northern Italy name.
Well, I found this. I was like, how is it I mean, he's Italian. That's the least sounding Italian name ever. Yeah, that's what you did. Let's say you did like a mob movie, and your main character was Yannick Sinner. Like that doesn't sound Italian. Then it did a little research. There's this area in northern Italy that he's from. This is actually true. That's predominantly German speaking. This is a predominantly German speaking area in northern Italy, and that's where he's from. Yes, and he's got some Germans. Right, he's got some German in him. But so there you go. So you're either getting with Sinner or you're getting with Alcaraz. I don't know which way you're going to go.
Just based on name, I'm going Alcaraz.
Okay, so you're doing a little this or that for the French Open final. How about up next, we do a whole segment of this or that. That's coming up next on The Money.
Get Eco. Hey, Jerry, I think I invented something. Does it solve a problem? It solves a big problem. Get Eco. Heating and cooling companies are telling people your furnace and AC isn't worth fixing. You need to replace it with a whole new system. You invented a solution for that? I invented a way to fix those systems for free. Get Eco. That's a great invention. How does it work? Step 1 is to pay Eco to fix it. I thought you said you'd fix it for free. Step 2 is that we give you back all the money that you paid us, up to $1,500 when you get Eco to replace it. Get Eco. What if your repair keeps my system running for several more years? That would mean you got all those extra years for free. Paying Eco to fix your AC system is like putting money in the bank. Get Eco. Get Eco. Get Eco. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver. Leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
1, 2, 3. Here at the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan. Dave Biddle was caught trying to bet on office ping pong matchups. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN. What a play.
Welcome back to On the Money, 97.1 The Fan. Dave Biddle, Tito, Cam Taylor. And right about now, it is time for This or That. Hit it, Cam.
Favorite segment. I love this.
I love it too.
I love the music.
It's great. It's a great song.
Yes.
It's a great song. 90s rap.
Yes.
Gotta love it. Black Sheep. Fantastic. I believe it came out in 91. I think I was 92 by the time I heard it. That's just about how I go.
Songs, a late, yes.
Cool song's been out for about 6 months.
Have you heard OPP? OPP is such a great vibe.
Have I heard OPP? Come on.
I love that song. I heard it the other day.
Naughty by Nature is awesome.
Naughty by Nature underrated. Tretch.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely fantastic. All right. Speaking of, well, she wasn't just in the 90s. She was 80s, 90s, probably a little bit of 70s as well, aughts. But and I would have not have asked this question in the 90s because she certainly was not underrated. But I feel like there's a certain artist, probably because her late brother overshadowed her. I feel like Janet Jackson is vastly underrated. I mean, when they play like these Janet Jackson marathons like on Sirius XM, I'm like, oh gosh, I forgot how many. I mean, I knew she had a lot of great songs. I forgot how many great songs she had. All right. You guys getting with Janet Jackson is vastly underrated, or no? She's rated perfectly.
I think she's rated perfectly.
Okay.
I do. Now, look, you don't know this, but she was also on Good Times. Did you know that or not? Maybe
that sounds. I don't remember watching Good Times, but I think I heard that.
And she was on Different Strokes.
Okay.
She was Willis's girlfriend on Different Strokes for a while.
I did watch Different Strokes, and so she wasn't that was just like a cameo.
No, she was a recurring character in both those.
Oh, interesting.
Ramona's stepdaughter or something. She adopted daughter, something like Ramon.
I'm just talking about her as a singer, though. By the way.
Okay, I know. Then we'll go into the singer thing.
Yeah.
And I was not a huge fan. I like some of her songs, but it's not everything. I'm not always going to be listening to it. If you ask me, Janet Jackson, the first thing I think about is Super Bowl.
Right, I know.
Do you think Super Bowl or music first?
I mean,
I don't think Rhythm Nation 1814.
How are you not thinking of like Nipplegate?
That's what you think. I'm saying, like, my favorite song is "That's the Way Love Goes" by her. Yeah, that's a great song by her.
There's so many great songs she has.
Like Doing Poetic Justice with Tupac.
Like Nasty Boys.
Nasty Boys.
Yeah, it's like you were talking about like cheating scandals earlier. When people think of Ohio State's 2024 national championship, they'll think of, oh wow, what an amazing run after they were left for dead in the playoffs.
Yeah.
When people think of 2023 Michigan's national championship, what's the first thing they're going to think of?
They're going to think of this cheating scandal.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Houston Astros, when they win the World Series, what's the first thing you think of?
It's the banging. Yeah, the banging of the garbage cans. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's always going to be with them. It's always going to be with them. All right.
How old is she?
I am getting with she is vastly underrated, obviously. I think there's only one right answer here, Cam.
She's underrated?
You're going to say that, Cam. I know you're going to say. I know you are going to say that.
Why do you? Cam shoots it straight, man. He disagrees with me plenty.
No, because
he has no reason to kiss my butt.
No, Cam is younger than us. And he's hip.
Just by a little bit.
Doesn't matter. He's a lot more
by a lot more of the hipness.
Yeah, the hipness. Wait, Cam, how old are you?
28.
You're right. He's a little younger than us.
I'm 29.
You're right. Of course you are.
That's a little younger.
Of course you are.
29.
I've got a kid out there that's 24.
18.
That's fine.
There you go. Yeah, I hang out with your kid a lot.
I know you do.
He's mentored him a little bit. We were at the same high school, but no.
Of course you were.
No, I'm just going too far. Yeah, I was 5 years older than him, and I was in the high school.
Of course.
All right, so we went through that. All right, what do you got, Tito?
Okay. Do you want, as your NFL owner, the team that you root for, if I tell you can have the Haslams or the Brown family own your team, what do you want?
She's talking about just two of the worst owners in all of professional sports, and they happen to be, and not just in the NFL, in all of professional sports, and they happen to be right here in Ohio.
Haslam swings to the fences, but misses.
The Haslams have done a good job at the Crew, though.
Is that because D? Not NFL. Did I say football?
No, I know. I'm just saying. Like, I bet if the Brown family owned like FC Cincinnati, they wouldn't even have a win right now. Yeah. No, I'm being facetious.
You
know what? Just because of the money. Like, I actually, as much as I rip on the Browns, I kind of like the way that they at least let their people. Well, Mike Brown used to meddle. I don't think he does as much anymore now that Katie's running things, and really her daughter, Mike's granddaughter, Kathleen, I believe is her name. Maybe I'm getting that right. Maybe it's I can't remember for sure.
I think it's Kathleen. I think you're right. It's Kathleen.
Okay.
I think you're right. Kathleen.
Yeah. They really are making a lot of the day-to-day decisions. That being said, the Haslams throw around a lot more money. You could argue very easily they don't throw it around very wisely.
Sure.
Give me the Haslam just because they spend more.
I think I'm going to go the Browns. Now, the Browns have done this thing where they keep threatening to leave, which they could happen again, I guess. But at least they did spend the money on Burrow. They did re-sign Chase and T. Higgins. The screw up the Hendrickson thing. Yes, that's being botched terribly. They'll be fun to watch this year, though. Can I give you the best one I've got? Or do we have to go back to you?
Well, Cam's got to hear his.
Let's hear Cam's first. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tito.
He wants Janet Jackson. Go ahead.
He's in watching Janet Jackson videos.
Janet Jackson knowing those teams.
I was going to say Haslam as well, just because of the money and possible connections for to get things done.
Right.
If you want to rip off a trucking company, he can get that done for you.
He can do that also.
Oh, is this thing on?
Now listen, this one takes a little bit of work.
Okay. Next, pass. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We got Ohio State. We know they're big noon against Texas.
Yeah.
They will likely be big noon against Penn State.
Yeah.
Okay. If I told you, though, 2 months ago, you could say, okay, instead of doing big noon against Texas, Ohio State's going to play on Friday night in a primetime game, August 29th. Let all the Ohio high school football teams move their games to Saturday. All of them decide, like, collectively, we've got advance notice.
Or Thursday. They play games on Thursday.
Thursday also. Yeah. First games, whatever. We're going to do it on Thursday or Saturday.
Yeah.
We are going to clear the state of Ohio's high school football slate on Friday night so Ohio State can play on Friday night in primetime. Same thing with Penn State when their game comes through. We do the same thing as a state. Would you rather do Friday night football with those stipulations for Ohio State or big noon?
I have to do both games? I can't just pick Texas?
Nope.
Okay.
Both games.
because I think it's ridiculous on so many fronts that Texas is a night game for the reasons everybody's saying that just the matchup. But like, I've been to plenty of games. I know you have too. That leadoff game at Ohio Stadium, late August. I mean, that can be like 100 degrees easy. And with the humidity in Ohio, I've seen people pass out at games, Tito. Like, it was Cooper's last season, the 2000 season. First game they played, Fresno State. David Carr.
Right.
David Carr was the quarterback, future number 1 pick. Ohio State took him down. That was supposed to. Some people thought it'd be a close game, but I saw literally people like passing out like in the stadium. I was just there as a fan. I wasn't covering the team yet in the year 2000. So for a multitude of reasons, that game should be at night. It makes me mad. If you say both games are going to be night games on Friday night. I wouldn't want to do that twice to Ohio football. Ohio high school football is so important, and you could have a stipulation where you can move the game to Thursday, you can move the game to Saturday, but if both teams want to play on Friday, they still could.
Right.
I wouldn't want to do that twice. I definitely would be okay with doing it once, especially that early. You could just do it on a Thursday. That way you don't have a short week the next week. Everybody's in the same boat. I wouldn't want to do it twice. So give me, I can't believe I'm saying this. Give me big noon twice rather than do Friday night games twice, just because I have too much respect for high school football.
It'd be fun on Saturday to have a full slate of high school football games on Saturday night. I'd be okay with that.
Or Thursday. I think Thursday would be better because then you don't have the short. Then you don't have the short week to mess with.
I'm okay with that too. Yeah. So I think I would get with the Friday night one and have a couple of different nights of high school football I can get in with. And by the way, because I know we have to do this because he's part of the show, Cam.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Cam. I respect you.
No, we're not going to have a producer for the call-in show.
No,
Cam's just going to be like, thanks.
I gave respect.
I'll apologize for him.
Mad love, Cam.
Don't talk to our producer like that.
I do not like the big noons, but I just feel like it'd be weird to have OSU playing on a Friday night more than once in the same season. So give me the big noons.
Bids the glare with the lighting. I can't tell if Cam is giving me the stink eye or flipping me off.
He's got a very good poker face. I wouldn't want to play poker against Cam.
I can't tell how he looks to me right now. Like if he's actually giving me an angry face.
Cam, you got one or you want me to go? You got one? Go for it.
Yes, and so you guys getting with the NBA or Stanley Cup Finals? Are you guys watching or paying attention to one more than the other?
I've definitely been into the NBA playoffs more overall, and I'm also getting with NBA Finals over Stanley Cup. I will say, the first two games of the Stanley Cup Finals have been awesome. That game 2 was fantastic. Maybe because I placed a little bet on the Panthers when they got down 1-0, a little live betting. So it's been great. I'm getting with the NBA. What the Pacers are doing and Halliburton's doing is incredible. Now maybe it'll end up being a gentleman's sweep anyway, but I think they're going to at least win one more game. I'm not ruling them out at all of winning the series, so I'm getting with the NBA Finals.
I am getting with NBA Finals, but if you said NBA Finals with third period of Stanley Cup Finals, I would take third period plus. Like, I'm not going to watch the hockey game start to finish. But if third period, you tell me, it's 2-2, whatever, or 3-2, whatever.
Overtime?
Yeah, I will stay with that until the very end, yes. But I'm just saying, overall, just experience. I've got to sit down and watch one. I'll watch the NBA. If you tell me I could just tune into third period of NHL and beyond, I would do that. That is such a cop-out on my behalf. Hey, Cam, what do you think?
I'm going to go with the NBA Finals, but I agree with you. I'd definitely try to turn on the Stanley Cup if it's definitely the overtimes or late into the third period if it's a tie game or a one goal score game. Definitely.
I love doing research for this or that because sometimes it's just I'll sit down and think of things, and then sometimes most of the time the topics are just things that happen through the week.
Right.
Then I jot down like, that'd be good for this or that. And
peanut butter and jelly or grilled cheese.
Of course. Very organically happened. We were doing a Bucknuts podcast, and so I don't even remember how exactly it came up, but I'm going to tease this. We're not going to do this right now. I'm going to give you guys time to think about it. It's kind of weird when you think about it, but think about this. So we use warm water to wash our hands. We use warm water when we shower. Right?
We're going here, yes.
But do we use warm water when we brush our teeth? And if not, should we? Right? We use warm water for all this other stuff. Should we use warm water to brush our teeth? You getting with that or not? That's up next on The Money.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Check out this amazing deal on Kellogg's cereal. Select varieties or buy 2 get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When an orthopedic injury or condition gets in the way of life, there is nothing more important than finding a physician you can trust. At Orthopedic One, you'll find Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts, ready to listen to your concerns and work with you toward the best possible outcome. In fact, more people trust Orthopedic One than any other practice in Central Ohio. Start with the specialists. Start with orthopedic1.com.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. There are a lot of window companies out there, so why choose Universal Windows Direct? Let me tell you. First of all, I told you so. Also, you can get payments as low as $99 a month or no payments and no interest for an entire year. That gives you a full year to enjoy the comfort, savings, and curb appeal before you ever make a payment. Schedule your free assessment today, 614-502-5220, or go to universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GEAR for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GEAR for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GEAR.
This Father's Day, give the gift of power, performance, and durability with Masterforce tools from Menards. From quick fixes to heavy repairs, our Masterforce industrial-grade mechanics hand tools are designed for maximum strength and durability to get the job done right. Save big on the Masterforce 220-piece mechanics tool set now through June 15th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals.
Save big money at Menards.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU football insiders. You know, it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sportsbook. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Hi, this is Bob Masheter from Dick Masheter Ford. Thank you to all of Central Ohio as we head towards 60 years of doing business in the Buckeye State. Dad opened up in 1967 simply trying to offer a better way to buy a car, and we've been working ever since to serve our neighbors. We have served you through wars, recessions, and even a Chinese virus. Here is to serving you and your kids and your grandkids for the next 60 years, except on Sundays when we're closed, because it's the right thing to do. Still 24/7 at MasterFord.net. Thanks.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Scotty Vegas has his own cot in the casino. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN. What a play.
Welcome back to the show. So I'm doing a live podcast on Friday, and somehow the topic of brushing teeth was brought up. I still don't know how this happened. And the live chat for a podcast was just blowing up. People were talking about, should you use warm water to brush your teeth? And most people were like, what? No. And then other people were like, what are you talking about? Of course, I thought everybody used warm water when they brushed their teeth. So are you guys getting with, welcome back to this or that, are you guys getting with using warm water to brush your teeth? Or obviously you don't want like ice cold water. Are you using like lukewarm or kind of cold water? What are you getting with?
So, yeah, I feel like this is ageism. Look, listen, Bids, because you and I are older. We're not Cam, but Cam's younger. We're old. But I think that as you get older, your teeth get more sensitive, and that's why. Now, at some point, 10 years from now, it won't be an issue for me because I'll be taking them out when I brush them. But for right now, I've always heard that, that warm water or lukewarm water versus cold. I use lukewarm water. I don't go like ice cold out of the tap from it anymore. I don't do that. For the last 10 years.
It's never ice cold out of the tap, though, is it?
It can't. Well, at Mays Elementary School at the water fountains, right outside the gym, it was. Okay. But I'm just saying, right now, yes.
Not at your home sink, though.
No, maybe. I think I'd like that at the home sink. Wouldn't you like ice cold water out of your...
I would, but I don't get ice. My point is, it's never ice cold water. But I've never used... But now I think about it, why am I not using warm water? We use warm water for everything else that we're clean. I mean, anyway. So I'll go last. So you're getting with...
I'm going with lukewarm.
That's
not
fine.
Hot. Lukewarm.
Yeah, you don't want scalding hot, I don't think.
No.
Cam, what are you getting with?
I'm going with hot water. Just like, yeah.
Hot water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I think now, I've never done it before. I have before accidentally, where I'm like, oh, wait, I had the wrong one
at my friend's
on
house,
there. Yeah. I think I'm now getting with brushing my teeth with warm water.
Of a delay there. Thank you. Okay, how about this one? Rocky 3 or Rocky 4?
Oh, I'm always a Rocky 4 guy. Always. I'm going Rocky 4.
You're going Rocky 4 over 3?
Yeah, I mean, I love 3 as well.
I never saw 1 or 2. But I'm saying 3 is the first.
One is actually, I mean, you can't. There are times if you go back and you haven't watched it, it does drag a little bit. I mean, the first one does drag, but I mean, obviously it's a classic. Yeah, I love Rocky 4. I love everything about it. I love. I'm getting with Rocky 4. What about you?
Rocky 3 for me. I think 4 is fine, but I think 4. I don't know. I don't like the fact Apollo dies.
No.
But spoiler alert. I'm sorry. I should have said spoiler alert ahead of time.
Yes, if you haven't seen Rocky 4 yet, yes, he dies. They actually had that in the trailer.
He dies.
He does.
Yes, that's what it is.
And then Rocky goes to Russia and
trains.
They're chanting Rocky by the end of the fight against Ivan Drago.
If we could and you could and we all could, why can't the will? Anyway, yes. I think Rocky 3, though, is a correct answer. I think, though, Cam needs to break this tie. Cam, I would love to hear Rocky 3 or Rocky 4.
Who's Rocky?
Okay.
Oh, boy.
I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
He's laying it on thick.
I've seen the Rocky movies. I'll go with Rocky 4.
But you can get with this. Cam, you got another one? You want me to go?
Sure, I can continue with the hockey basketball. Would you guys rather hit a game winner in basketball or the game winning goal in hockey? We've seen that actually in both of these finals, some of the first 2 games.
Go ahead.
No, I can't skate. So I'm trying to think about, not like I've got to I would love to be able to skate well enough to score a game-winning goal in the Stanley Cup Final. Yes, I would love to do that.
And we're doing game winner in the finals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then give me that, I guess. I've hit a game-winning free throw. 8th grade. Homeroom 208. We won the intramural championship. But nonetheless, I digress. I think if I could learn to skate well enough to be in a position to where I'm actually on the ice in a crucial moment and score the game-winning goal, I would like that. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, I've fallen in love with hockey, but basketball I fell in love with at a young age. Played it all the way through high school. So it's still I like basketball a little bit more than hockey. So I'm getting with. I'd rather hit the game winner in the NBA Finals.
I misspoke.
I'll go with the NBA Finals.
It was homeroom.
Drink.
Homeroom 209.
Drink. If you talk over the sound.
It was homeroom 209. This is new for me. Over homeroom 208.
Right here. You
That's
can
fine.
have.
God, I would love to do that right now.
Fish is okay with it as long as it's just a sip. No, he's not. He probably wouldn't be okay with
209 beat 208. Go ahead. Now, you want me to do the next one or you want to do it?
I got one.
Okay.
I was thinking about this yesterday because we hosted the grad party. And let's say it's something like that. You're going to a grad party. Or let's say it's a family function of some sort, of maybe a birthday party of a niece or nephew, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you could either host that party at your house. Let's say it's a 4-hour party, all right? You have to host it at your house, so you have to prepare, you have to clean up and everybody leaves, but you get to stay at your house. Or are you getting with, you'd rather go to another family member's house, even if it's 2 hours away. So you're going 4 hours round trip. You getting with 4 hours round trip, or you getting with hosting the party?
I'm going 4 hours round trip. I want the Seinfeld thing. Seinfeld always said, I don't want to be responsible for anything. Because the minute something goes wrong, someone says, who's responsible for this?
That's right.
Okay? So I would rather have somebody else be responsible for it. If you're at my house, and by the way, someone trips on a step, all of a sudden it's Casa de insert name here. It's no longer Casa de Tito. So I'm just saying.
Put the signs up if you fall.
I know. No one's signing waivers. I'm just telling you right now, though, I would take the drive. I would go somewhere else as opposed to hosting.
But like 4 hours in a car,
I do.
Bad things can happen. I don't like. No, that's not really being stuck in a car because you're not in a car for 4 hours. You're in it for 2 hours and then you get. So it's not the same as just being in a car for 4 hours.
Right.
I'm still getting with hosting the party because at different times I can sneak down to my office, get away from people.
I know.
And I'm at my house, so I don't feel weird like, oh, I want to go get like a drink. Do I feel like I'm like, overextended, or if I want a second sub. We got subs yesterday. If I want like more mac and cheese, it's my house. I don't care.
How much you cut them up?
I mean, it was the company that we used cut them up. It was
I'm saying it was smaller subs. It wasn't like 6-inch subs for everybody or 4-inch subs.
I think it was like little 4-inch.
Was it really?
And they were like wrapped real tight. They were good. We have a bunch left over.
You had 4-inch subs? I didn't.
We had 60.
Oh, I don't see it. Wait, I don't see the invite. Go ahead. Fine. Go ahead. No, go.
I didn't invite anybody from the fan. It was just family and my daughter's friends. It would have been weird if I invited you guys.
4-inch subs would have been great.
Then none of you would have shown up anyway.
I would have gone for the subs.
I'm getting with. I'd rather just host it at my house.
All right. Cam can't relate.
Cam,
you're 28 years old.
I grew up with my house always being the hosting house for family functions, and so I understand that. It wasn't my house; it was my parents', but having people over all the time. But I'd rather still host than be traveling for 4 hours round trip.
All right, well, that is our show for today. Thank you very much for joining us. For Jeff Thidoff and Cam Taylor, I am Dave Biddle. But don't go anywhere. Up next is the Fan Call-In Show with us. Give us a call at 614-821-9710, 614-821-9710. This has been On the Money.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
At QC Kinetics, we're all about keeping you in the game, helping you get lasting relief from joint pain. That's why we're excited to announce that QC Kinetics is now partnering with the National Pickleball League. So many of our satisfied patients are avid pickleball players, and they're thrilled with how we've helped them get back on the court. As lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League, we're committed to help pickleball fans of all ages with the latest, most advanced regenerative cell treatments. These treatments use your body's own healing power, revitalizing and restoring damaged joint tissue the natural way, with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Whether you're a pickleball fanatic or enjoy golf or running or tennis, stay in the game with help from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, proud to promote active, pain-free living as a lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League. Call now for your free consultation. Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and so are the summer savings at RCD RV. Don't miss RCD RV's summer kickoff sale running June 7th through the 21st. New RVs starting as low as $12,995. Now's the time to make a splash this summer. Hurry in. Those deals will not last long. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com. Visit our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Earn $200 when you spend $2,000 in the first 90 days with a new Visa from Kemba Financial Credit Union. Plus, pay 0% APR on balances transferred in the first 90 days for 15 months. Visit Kemba.org. Restrictions apply. APR equals annual percentage rate. Offer ends June 30th, 2025. Equal opportunity lender.
Shop Meijer and bring more to Father's Day with tasteful gifts that are perfect for the grill. Like a certified Angus beef T-bone steak, now just $9.99 a pound. Locally grown asparagus for $1.87 a pound. Select varieties of Johnsonville brats are $3.99. And don't forget Dad's dessert. Select varieties of Hudsonville ice cream are just $3.99. Make Dad's Day a good deal better at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. It's that time of year where your cooling costs are going to go up because you're trying to cool off your house, but the air is escaping out of your inefficient windows. So get them replaced with Window Nation's efficient windows that'll help you save money on your heating and cooling bills. Buy 4 windows, get 4 windows free, plus a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. No money down, no interest, no monthly payments until 2027, plus a lifetime warranty from Window Nation. 866-90-NATION